guys, it's Zoe here. Subscribe to my channel, LOL with ZoZo. Today we are going to be painting a glass of lilies. And let's get started. We are going to start on making our background. I'm going to paint my background blue. You can make your background color any color you want, but make sure to paint your background first. If you do it last, then it's not going to go so well because you're going to have to go all around those designs. So I'm going to use my sponge tip brush and I'm going to smear it on the canvas. See what's looking so far? Okay, after it's all covered just like that, next step is to blow on a little so you make sure it dries. Okay, I'm going to use some of this dark green and mix it with some light green. And then I'm going to use a very light color. And then if you really want to make a light colored green, or like a really light colored green, you're going to use just a little bit of dark green. You're going to mix it with some white. Now this can take a little bit of a long time to mix all your different colors together. Next step is to find the color of your vase. Mine, I think, is actually going to be some pink color of the vase. If you want yours to be clear, I don't recommend making your vase clear unless you're like a really good artist to know your like vases or flowers. But I'm going to do mine pink. So I'm going to start with this medium brush, or you can say a mommy brush, and you're going to head and get the color of your center in. So I'm going to do some flowers. I'm going to make the centers a little bit white. And if it kind of blends in with the background, well, that's fine because we're gonna do some touches to the lilies, so it looks a little bit different. See, it's just gonna look like these tiny little white circles for now. Now you don't need to put a lot of paint on these, because they're not that. You don't really need them to show up that much. You don't even need them to be a perfect circle. You're not gonna make them like totally perfect. Like flowers aren't like totally perfect. Step is to do the stems. Now I would recommend using a bitty baby brush. And I'm gonna start mixing my colors. Because I know I want the perfect touch for my stem. Now if you just want a regular green, you can go ahead and do that, but I'm going to mix my colors so that no color is actually ever the same. So some stems can be light and some. Okay, so this is how it's looking so far. So next, after we did that, we are going to paint the vase. And so that's going to be, we're going to take some very your color, and then we're going to mix it with some white of whatever color you want. And so I'm trying to get a very, very light pink, so it almost looks like crystal pink. Here's my color so far. You're going to take your vase and you're going to go all the way over here, and you're going to take your vase and you're going to put it all in the front. Okay, so your vase is going to be looking like this. I'm going to make sure you can only see the stems. You cannot see the background in here, or else it won't look like a real vase. And we want it to look like real life, right? Okay, so it's going to be looking like this. So let's start on the flower tops. Now you're gonna wash your brush. So I'm gonna take some like gold color. I'm gonna be mixing it with some orange, just a little bit of orange. You don't want too much orange. If you have so much orange, it's not gonna look good. So you just want a little tiny bit of orange. I'm going to be taking this. You're just gonna be going like spreading out your little petals right there. Dot, and put it on there for like the inside of where the pollen is. Because these lilies usually have pollen that's like pink in the middle. But they have some brown like the pollen collectors, and then they have a thing that sticks out with like a little pink dye and then represents the pollen. And after you do that, you're going to go with all of them. Okay, then your lilies are going to be looking something like this. The next part, and one of the last steps, one of them, is going to be to spread out and make petals. All around your canvas. So you can just fill it in and do your petals if you made a mistake. It doesn't really matter because you're going to go back over it. And some of your flowers might be big, some of your flowers might be small. And it doesn't matter if your paint's not dry or not. But what I am going to say is make sure your petals are like solid and not like really little and like tiny and you can't barely can see them. So like not like little tiny things, but also not like huge big giant strokes. So and if some of your brown covers up, that's pretty much fine because you're not really needing to see all the brown in it, just like some of the brown. And so I am now going to cover up design the one side is. So you see how I missed two of them? Right here and right here. So those I am going to go and back and cover up. But first, I need to go blow dry my painting because it is kind of wet. And if you have wet paint, the worst case scenario is to paint over it. Okay, I'm gonna see you in a little bit when my painting is blow dried, okay? Okay guys, we're back. Now we are going to finish up touching up our last touches. So I'm gonna go super fast on this part because it kind of takes a long part, so I'm just gonna go super fast. Okay, so make sure to wash your brushes after. And then next part we're going to do are some leaves. Now you're going to want to take your bitty baby brush, which is the one that you just used for your like dots in your flowers, like your pink dots that I have here. The pink dots right there in the flowers. You're going to use the same brush that you used for that. And you are going to take it, and you are going to, instead of using your pink, you're going to use your green. You're going to smear all these different colors around. Some different dark greens and light greens. all different kinds of greens. Okay, and after you have this beautiful green, you're gonna take it and you're just gonna make a couple lines. Just lines, not much. But make sure your brush is kind of going out when you do these lines. Make sure they're only on the stem. I'll show it right when I'm done. Okay, see how there's a bunch of different leaves now? Those are just lines getting spread apart and looking good. So it's gonna look like this. And there might be some wet paint, but basically, you're done. And the last part, I think, is when I go get something, to sign your name on the bottom. Now all you have to do is sign your name in the corner. Which you can't see it that good, but it's there. And that's it. Bye. Enjoy. It's Zoe here. And subscribe to my channel, LOL ZoZo. Bye.